All right.
All
I'm
right, let's
keeping
do
I'm
this.
keeping all that in. No. Okay.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. My name is Cubson or Charlie, if you would rather prefer to call me that. And I am here with my co host, Aiden, today. Aiden, how are you doing on this wonderful evening?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been slacking a little bit. So, I mean, we're covering both She-Hulk episode 2 and 3. Um yeah, I mean, school starting and everything. And then real quick, bro, I say my girlfriend got me hooked on this show. I told you and Ben in the group chat called Big Brother. Bro, that is peak television, bro. Like it's peak reality TV. The stuff that happens in there, and it's just like a big social experiment. But in the house, they have these like cameras and mics that roll for 24/7, so you can go and look at live feeds, and you can go look at what they're doing in the moment, and you can just like stalk them and watch them and see what they're doing. But it's interesting because a lot of stuff happens in those feeds that doesn't get shown on like the shows or like the episodes that air. So I'll be sitting here like at night, just like sitting there watching, and I'm just like, damn, I'm kind of like stalking these people, but at the same time, like, so is all of America. But I've been just so like caught up in that because we were trying to catch up for a while, and we're finally caught up. So now I'm doing homework, and I'm just looking at it and just watching the live feed of the house while doing homework. And so all that stuff, like, it's just been all crazy lately. So all that to say, I'm doing good. I'm excited to get into these two episodes because I'm liking the show so far. I feel
Yeah.
like it's weird because I feel like I'm kind of in the minority for liking the show, but then there's other times where I feel like, okay, maybe I'm not like in the wrong for liking the show. It's which I mean, there's no wrong or right. It's all opinion, but I feel like I'm on the minority for liking it and then for not liking it at points, and I'm like, what's going on? Or not. Let me rephrase that. I feel like I'm in the minority for liking it, and then I feel like I'm in the majority for liking it because I don't hate the show,
Yeah.
and it's kind of weird, all that backlash and all the crazy things that have been happening with the show.
Especially after this last episode. It's
Oh
kind of
man,
just been crazy with the amount of hate that has been fostered after the post credit scene.
yeah.
But yeah, I used to watch Big Brother. I can't remember how old I was,
Oh wow.
but I watched it when I was a little kid, and yeah, it was no, it's super like I'm not a big reality TV show guy, but
Yeah,
like that show is like one of it was that an Amazing Race. I
yeah,
loved those when I was a kid.
yeah.
What isn't I thought did Andrew Tate come from Big Brother?
Yeah, I think it
Okay,
was
that's what I
Big
thought.
Brother UK because they have like Big Brother
Yeah,
Canada, Brazil, UK, America. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
um, Mr. Top G himself. Ugh. Anyways, but I mean, dude, it's been super interesting, bro. Like I like reality TV shows. Like they could be interesting, but I'm not I'm not one to go and say, "Oh, let me put this on over
Yeah.
anything else." But we started watching it. She was like, "Please watch it with me," and I was like, "All right, like let's watch it." And damn, dude, I was sitting there screaming at my TV at points because like there's this one dude in there, and he's been dealt like the shit end of the stick most of the time, but every single like competition he ends up like just clutching up at the last minute, and I'm sitting because I'm rooting for this dude. And so whenever he's about to be kicked out, I'm like, damn, bro, like not my guy, like anybody but my guy. And so he clutches up, and I'm just sitting like, that's my goat. I put on Twitter, I don't know if you saw it, because I was like quote tweeting it, and I was like, damn, dog, I'm over here on Twitter like talking about a reality TV show. But I was like, screw it. I was like, that's my goat. That's my goat. It's so captivating, bro. And the stuff that happens in there, like some dude just got exposed for being a racist, got his ass out of there. So they all like
They
teamed
kicked him
up, and
out.
they're like, look, bro, like, and everything, they had their conversations with them. Like my dog's freaking out over here. They had their conversations with him, but they ended up changing the entire game to put him up, and now he's out of here. And so it's like last minute again, my guy clutched up, exposed this dude for being a racist, got his ass out of there. It's peak TV, bro. It's
Wait,
peak
is it
TV.
still currently running? Yeah.
Yeah, like I just watched the episode right now, which is why we're like filming this
Oh.
late. But I was like, oh shit, like I gotta watch this at 8 because it was a live eviction night, so it's not like I can hold off on this one. It's like what they're showing is live. Wednesday and Sundays episodes are pre-recorded, and mainly it's all stuff that we already know that happened because live feeds. But Thursdays are the live episodes, and so it's like, damn, I gotta watch this. So yeah, I mean, it was just on right now. The season's probably not over for like another 4 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that it was still a running show. I thought it ended like way long ago. But okay,
No,
that's
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I might
but
have to hop back on the train.
dude, this season, I mean, my girlfriend told me the past couple seasons have been just like boring. She said this season is like the first good season in a really long time. So I was like, all right, cool. I jumped on early, I jumped on at a good time.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, but that's
Well,
why we're late, and that's why we're covering both these episodes. I feel like these two episodes though can be kind of merged into one. So mm,
yeah. I mean, they're all pretty short, so I mean, it makes sense that we could kind of mesh them together and make it a little bit of a maybe of a longer episode. But yeah, let's try out a little bit of a different format. I'll just say right off the bat, I'm gonna say if you guys are enjoying it so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're over on YouTube, hit that like button, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from us. If you're on audio version, you can follow the podcast on Spotify. I think you can drop us a rating, drop us a good rating if you're loving it so far. And any other podcast service you might be listening on, we enjoy it and we thank you so much for doing so. But to
yes,
jump right
yes,
in,
yes.
um, She-Hulk episode 2. We never got to talk about it. We've both been busy. But I liked this episode. I still think I prefer episode 1 over it. But it's not a very large margin. I think it's pretty much just because of the great banter between her and Hulk in the first episode. I thought their chemistry was actually meshed really rather well. Um, and there's a little bit of that with her family and stuff like that. I think she works well with this new cast of characters that we've never seen before. I think
Yeah.
it's mostly just Tatiana Maslany that's like really carrying, which is a good thing because she is spearheading the show. She should be the reason that we want to keep coming back, and she's blowing it out of the water so far. One little nitpick I did have, I'll just get this one out of the way, which I've talked to a few people about it on TikTok, and I've come to an understanding that I'm probably just either overthinking it or just not really looking into it enough.
Hmm.
Um, but with her fourth wall breaks, last episode or the very first episode, I thought it was showcased that people can hear her because in the very beginning of the episode, she has to go back into her office to address us, the audience, so nobody can hear her. At least that's what I assume that's what she's doing, so nobody
Yeah.
can hear her. And then later in the episode, I think it's the very next time she talks to us, is when Bruce is right there. And Bruce, as soon as she says he doesn't mean that, Bruce turns and looks at her because he heard her say that.
Yeah.
And then in this episode, she's talking to us the entire time she's walking with her new boss. Um, and her boss just doesn't care. But which, I've talked to people like her boss is just kind of like that kind of person. It could be argued that he just doesn't care about anything she has to say until he turns and actually asks her a question, that type of thing. I can excuse that sort of thing. But then the ultimate thing that I was told was pretty much they just play fast and loose as far as the rules go with
Yeah.
this fourth wall breaking thing. And I want to reiterate, it's just a nitpick. I'm not knocking the show for this at all. I'm not like taking any score points off the episode because of it. It's just a small thing that slightly perturbed me, if that's even a word. That I didn't. I was like,
Create it right
that's.
here.
I
Create
was
the word.
like, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
but and to be fair, also Deadpool did it too. I think there was a couple times that Colossus heard him talking to us, and then Slade, um, was like, or no, I was right. Wade.
Wade. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wade. I was like, wait, is this
I got
Slade?
him. I got
Yeah.
him. I got him
That's
misconstrued.
true.
And Wade was like, I'm not talking to you, metal face or whatever he said.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean that's like my one small nitpick for this episode. I do. Uh, Aiden and I were talking a little bit before we started recording. It is a bit slower.
Mhm.
There's a lot of scenes where they hang around. Like she's talking to Emil for a long time, and then right after that, she's in her apartment talking to Bruce for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
So, and it is a short episode, it's only like 20 minutes long. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's not really the fault of the. I mean, it is. It's not really a fault, I guess, is what I'll leave it. I was gonna say a fault of the show, but it's not really a fault at all. It's just they're trying to get in the groove of things. It's only episode 2. They got to push some stuff out there. I get it.
Yeah.
So overall, I thought it was a really good episode. I mean, it keeps me engaged. They're still doing the slight, which I actually appreciate this. They're doing the slight nods at like toxic men with like her
Yeah.
coworker. I can't
Yeah.
remember his name.
Dennis,
Burb
I thought it was it Dennis?
Dennis. I was trying to say his last name. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Dennis. He literally like he said, "There's a hot girl over there. I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
talk to
talk to
it."
it.
I was like, "What, dude? You're a piece
Dog.
of shit. What are you talking about?" But yeah, no, this is a really good episode. And I know I'm
Yeah.
rambling at this point, but it's just I I I continue to love it. And I would be lying if I said though like it wasn't worrisome that this one didn't land quite the same as the first one did, because that was kind of like the path that Miss Marvel was taking.
Yeah.
First one was really good, second one then it started just going down. But
Yeah.
third one brought it back for me. So, but we'll get
Yeah.
there. We'll get there. Aiden, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I feel about the same. Like it was a solid episode. I thought it kept, like you said, it kept me engaged. The laughs were like kind of there. I feel like the laughs, man, I was laughing my blank off the whole third episode. Try and keep it so I don't have to go through and edit all this. I was dying laughing the whole third episode. This one, it's like, yeah, it's like a lot of build up. Can you hear my dog back there?
A little bit,
He's
like him rattling. It's nothing too like crazy though.
tearing up his bone. All right. Where was I? I said it was a solid episode. Kept my interest.
Um, Laughing your ass off. I believe.
Yeah.
Excuse
Um.
me.
It's gonna be a weird cut either way. Sorry, I had to tend to my dog, so we'll pick it up from here. Nah, yeah, it kept my interest. Like it was fun. It did a lot of build up, and it is like essentially a setup episode. I feel like the first two, it's just like, here's what happened, here's what's happening now. Let's get into it, and then the third episode, we're getting into it. Fourth episode is probably going to be the same, which is why I think critics are ranking it as being like 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of worst to best. So it makes sense, and I was kind of expecting it. So that one, which like I want to record reactions because now I can finally record watching TV shows and getting my reactions to it. But these first three, I was like, maybe I won't. And so uh, I'm kind of glad I haven't, because then I can just sit there and like kind of watch the show and enjoy it and enjoy the setup, enjoy the build up without having to worry about getting a good reaction, or is this episode going to give me what I want, or is this episode going to have something crazy. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm trying to look at my notes here. um I really, like you said, when he said, "I'm gonna go talk to it," oh my god, like, they were beating us over the head. It's like,
Yeah.
we get he's a jerk, bro, but they're like, "No, we're gonna make you hate him even more," to the
Yeah.
point where it's like, you just have to laugh at how stupid he is, you know? Um, and I really do like the attorney for hire intro, you know, with his
Yeah, that
attorney,
was
I was
sick.
like,
That was
"Attorney for
really
hire."
cool.
And that's like the I feel like that's the gist of this show. It's like real meta. They're gonna address what's going on. They're gonna play around with everything, and we'll get into that with episode 3. But overall, like, I really did like this episode, especially the ending bit, everything with Hulk and Blonsky, and then where they leave us off. I still think that we should have got the first 3 episodes um, in a couple weeks ago. So, I'm glad. I'm glad we have the first 3 episodes now, though, you know? So, it's not like you said, I'm not gonna take score points off just because we didn't get the first 3. Um, but yeah, solid episode. I will say before I let you get into it, I'll sneak this talking point away from you. Having Hulk be like, "I'm a completely different person now," and then Jen being like, "Ha," and go back to the phone. It's perfect, dude.
Bro,
Perfect.
I won't even lie. I did not catch that the first time, bro. I
Oh,
was like,
really?
I felt so dumb after the fact, and everybody's talking about it online. I was like, what? Is that what we got from that? I didn't, because dude, I was just watching that and I thought it was referencing something that they were talking about earlier in the episode. Like I thought that she mentioned something about her cousin to Emil when she was talking to him in his cell. And saying that he's a different person now or something like that.
Yeah.
And then she was laughing at us to like prove a point, like, ha, I told you he was a different person.
Uh,
That's what I took it as. And I'm absolutely stupid. I'm pissed because that would have been awesome for me to realize in that moment. But
yeah.
and so like I can't remember, somebody posted a video on TikTok about it and said, ha, I get it because he's a completely different person. I go to the comments like, wow, yeah, bro, didn't understand that one at all. I was like, all right, guys,
Really?
I
Yeah,
didn't
me neither.
actually. So, um,
Oh my
no, yeah, that
god.
was actually really really cool. And actually, yeah, before I don't know if we were about to transition, but this Hulk thing, we got to talk about this
Yeah.
Hulk thing
Yeah.
because I would be lying, dude. That was like what I took away from this episode, which could be bad, could be good, depending on how you look at it. Like it's a She-Hulk show, and I'm focused on what Hulk's doing. But dude, that was like, I don't know, I was like happy but frustrated at the same time because I know, like, when is that gonna get wrapped up? Are we gonna find out more about that in this show, or are we gonna have to wait until later? And if we do have to wait until later, when is that gonna come up again? Because there's no like, I mean, I guess the Marvels is like the next cosmic thing that would be happening. Um, but that I got so not like unnaturally upset, but I was just, what's the word? Anxious, I guess. I don't know. I really just wanted to see more from
Yeah.
it because
Yeah.
if it is like slightly setting up the World War Hulk stuff, like I want to know. I want to know, and I want
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I got way too ahead of myself with that stuff, and I wasn't focusing so much on the She-Hulk stuff at that moment. But no, that was actually a really cool joke that I wish I would have realized in the moment. I kind of felt left out, bro. I had like that. I had FOMO, like fear
Yeah.
of missing out. I had that hard. I had that so hard.
Fear, like, it should be like FOAMO, fear of already missing out, fear of missed out
Yeah, I
already.
did miss out. Yeah. What am I
Uh,
afraid of?
um, yeah, uh, it'll be interesting. I don't know how much to take of this because I saw New Rockstars posted that um, Mark Ruffalo took a picture in his mocap next to oh man, I'm forgetting the name. Is it Jamil? The actress that
Oh
plays
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Titania, and it was like outside. So he was like, they put in their caption, "Oh, we could probably expect to see Hulk back later in the show on like back on Earth to fight with Titania." And then it's like, well, is he just gonna go to Sakaar for episodes 4 through whatever, and then come back? And it's just like, hey, we'll address this later. Like, I would rather him go do whatever he's gonna do, and then they say at D23 or something, hey, we're gonna have a Hulk movie, or hey, we're gonna do this, or even like, hey, Hulk is gonna show up in this, and then go from there instead of him leaving and then coming back and being like, oh yeah, I dealt with that already, and it's like, what was it, you know?
You low key just blew. I don't know why I didn't think that they could announce a Hulk something at D23, bro. You low key just blew my mind.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
it'd be the perfect time to set it up. I mean, we'd be almost halfway into the season, or probably no, probably less than half because D23 is next week. No, yeah, next week,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. Next Saturday. That'd be
And
crazy.
with that, we will say we are going to be live streaming D23. We're going to
Absolutely.
be reacting to all the live tweets because it's not going to be streamed
Yeah.
here on this YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify, Aiden H Talks on YouTube, just look up Words from Nerds podcast. And we're going to be live streaming me, Charlie, and Ben, breaking down all the news, freaking out again, reacting to all the crazy stuff. But
I
that's
need
probably
that
my best
Fantastic Four
guess.
cast this time, bro. Need it. Need it this time.
Mm.
I will not be accepting anything less, Marvel. I need it this time. Last time you got a pass because
Dude,
you came out
yeah,
with bangers, but like
yeah,
I need it
and
this time.
if you wanna hear our thoughts on, Fantastic Four casting, we have an episode of that where we fan casted the entire Fantastic Four, the X, well, actually, Wolverine, Magneto, and Doctor Doom, and Professor X. Yeah. Okay, no more plugging. This
Banger,
last
no,
plug.
no, banger episode. One of our best. One of our best.
Yeah,
Absolutely go give that a watch.
yeah, it's one of our best performing ones. But yeah, I mean, they could announce a lot of stuff there. I guess we could just see where Hulk takes us. I wasn't expecting to see him after the first episode. So to see him in the second one, I was like, oh, and he's going to
Yeah.
Sakaar? Okay, I'm all for it. So
I think we said that after the first episode because it said special guest star
yeah,
Mark Ruffalo, so we thought we wouldn't see him until maybe like the end of the season.
yeah. But I guess we'll see. I will say they did set up a lot of stuff in this episode. Like even it not set up, but they did touch on a lot of stuff. Um, like the whole Sakaar and the Hulk stuff, getting Abomination back, getting to see him back. Um, maybe even like a slight tease at like the Thunderbolts because Abomination is back and she's trying to get him free. And yeah, the computer stuff. You want to take that away, the little ads on the side. That's
The,
pretty damn big.
the wait, are we? Hold on. I'm sorry. Are we on episode 3? Am I
No,
tripping?
to
We're still
the
on 2.
Wolverine.
Oh, I completely forgot about that stuff, bro. Oh my god. Yo, I would have skipped over that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wolverine thing that actually kind of worries me more than it excites me because
Mm,
um how are we doing this then? Because
yeah.
that's a clear reference to, unless they're gonna pull another Ralph Boner situation and just say, oh no, that was just some like larping guy that was just had these metal claws
Oh
and
yeah.
just happened to get into a bar fight or something, But if and so assuming that that's not the case, then that means the X-Men have been around this whole time and they just been chilling. And I don't know how I feel about that. Um, I mean, I have faith in them. I have faith in them being able to properly adapt them or bring them into the MCU at some point, even if it is that they're already established characters that just somehow weren't around. I'm sure they'll do a good job of explaining it, but right now, just me thinking about it doesn't really put me at ease. Worries me more than it puts me at ease. But for the other one, oh my, I'm happy, but I'm also not happy about, because I've been a big proponent about that whole Eternals thing, because that's
Yeah.
one of the biggest complaints about not necessarily MCU haters, but just MCU whiners.
Yeah.
They're like, they're not, why aren't they talking about this big statue that's been sticking out of Earth? First of all, I didn't even know that well, I did know because I had seen the movie, but I completely forgot that they addressed it in the same movie. Like there was a news broadcast about the thing sticking out of the Earth, and I'm sure that's when the entire world learned about it. And so there's not really a need to bring it up after that. But the MCU whiners, they got what they wanted with this one, and it was like in the smallest way possible. So I'm not quite sure if that makes them happy. Low key hope it doesn't make them happy, uh,
Yeah. I hope they want
because
more.
they still got what they wanted, but it just wasn't how they wanted it. So then they could just prove how whiny they are,
Yeah.
which I'm just hating at this point. I'm being a top tier hater right now, but I don't know. It was
Talk your
so
talk.
obnoxious, man, because if you think there was no way for them to bring it up, like there's other stories happening at these moments in time with bigger things going on. They're not going to take someone actually made a skit about it, and it was like Doctor Strange is like, we gotta stop these incursions from happening. But hold on, did you see that statue that was sticking out of the planet? It was so hilarious. And I was like, bro, that's exactly what these people want. It's so weird.
Oh
Like, come
man.
on, man, think about it.
Yeah, I agree. It was nice to see it, but it's like you hit it right on the head when you said like you hope, like I hope they want more from that because it'll just go to show them like how nitpicky they're being.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got it. It feels like we're connecting the universe a lot, and it's fun to see Jen help us connect that universe as well, like with her fourth wall breaks and stuff. And I can't get over the fourth wall breaks, bro. Like they're so perfectly done. Like they don't beat you over the head with it, but they know when to put them in. They know what to make her say. And then especially like everything in episode 3, that was just hilarious, dude. So, um, yeah, I like seeing all those Easter eggs. It reminds you that you're in a connected universe and like what you're dealing with, and you know
Yeah.
what it's nice for us fans that watch everything and overanalyze everything to see those come in and be like, "Oh, that's dope." They touched on this or they said this. Even just like, I'm a completely different person now. Like, it's cool, bro. It's dope that they touched on that. So, I I'm all for it. And any way that this show can just piss off more people, and we'll get to it in episode 3. Any way that
Yeah.
they can do it, dude, it's just like, oh, it's so good.
Honestly, that thing kind of leads, now that I think about it, that whole situation kind of leads more credence to the potential of Kevin Feige showing up. I feel like if they're making exterior MCU type references already, um, well, I guess the entire fourth wall breaks are exterior MCU stuff, but just the subtle nod to the different actors and stuff like that. And so I think that rumor. I don't know if they'd go as far as to like she walks into his office. I think it could be like a Stan Lee type thing. Not to say that he would replace and be in like all the Marvel movies, but
Yeah.
I could see him like walking down the street and like accidentally bump into her or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because that I remember that was a very, very early leak like this. Because I remember I posted a video talking about it, and the other video I recorded that day was Homelander telling that girl, he's like, "You should jump, jump." I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
I was making both those videos, but that's how far back like this leak went, and that's because I waited like a month or so after I saw the leak because I was like, yeah, and then it was coming back up, and people were saying, okay, it's looking more credited. I was like, okay, maybe I'll make a video about it. So it's been a long time saying that, like, I mean, I guess you can skip like 10 seconds if you don't want to hear it, but like Jen walking into Kevin Feige's office at the end of the show, it's looking more and more plausible.
Yeah.
Um, man, I wish Stan Lee was still alive because that would be so good to just have her like walk past, like you said, walk past
Yeah. And then
Stan
like
Lee on the
acknowledge
street
him
and be
to
like,
us.
"Oh, what's up?" It's like, "Hey, look everybody, look who I saw." Like, oh, that'd be so dope.
That would have been so cool,
He'd
man.
be like, "Wait."
Dang.
He'd be like, "What? What am I looking at?" Yeah, that'd been super hilarious.
This is
Um,
completely off topic and sorry to cut you off,
no,
but
you're
I'm
good.
so glad that you brought up that Homelander thing because I saw a really funny video. Someone took that audio, and they said how Yelena thought Hawkeye and Black Widow's thing went. It was just, you should jump. I'm not asking anymore. I was dying when I saw that video, bro. Oh my god, that's
Oh,
creativity at its
dude.
finest, bro.
Dude, oh, and I'm just gonna feed into the off topicness because like I've been seeing so much, like I've been sending them to you and Ben, like the Breaking Bad Minecraft memes, and like the boys, all the memes they make of the boys, it's just so good. And it's like they're not intentionally doing that, but just like these people that their humor is just like a billion times more, like
Yeah, like
million times better than anybody else. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put this like the Breaking Bad one." I thought he was talking to Jesse and he was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "And why are you blue?" And it's like when your partner steals your diamond armor, he's like, why are you? It's just like, how do you think of that stuff? And then yeah, like the Vormir one. Oh my god, dude, it's
dude,
actually hilarious.
I like the one of Saul where he he finds like their hideout or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, my friend finds my secret base. I love the part where he's like, well, my PI charged me 3 hours, so I doubt it took him more than one. I was like,
Oh,
dude, it's so
dude.
dumb, but it's hilarious.
And it's just like this dugout, like underground, this like caved out area, and it's just Walter and Saul just sitting there, like green screened. Oh, dude, they're so funny. Give me 1 second. I just have to put his thing back on him.
All right, bet.
You are stressing me out too.
Well, this is a little note for Aiden when he's editing. Hey, man,
Oh,
you should keep this in. No
shit,
balls.
man. boy's messing up my flow. He has his allergies have been like really bad, and so he's been itching a lot, and it's causing some of his fur to like fall. So he has like some patches where there's no fur,
Yeah.
which happened to him last year. Like when I first got him, he was like that. So I'm assuming it's just allergies. But I've been keeping this like airplane pillow on him to keep him from reaching the area because he gets it and it's like red and like he scratches it until it's like irritated, and so he had it off and I was like shit. But yeah, damn those memes, bro. But yeah, I speaking of memes, I think we could probably get into episode 3. I mean, like I said, like not much. I mean, you said before, or maybe you even said it in when we were recording, that most of the episode is really just her talking in these different areas. Like it ends with her talking to Bruce. Most of it is her talking to Emil, and then her talking to her friends. The first half of the episode. So
Yeah.
it is a setup episode, which I'm not mad at. I'm not going to take points off for. Like I take these first 3 as act 1, the next 3 as act 2, and the last 3 as like the final act. Um, the same way as a 6 episode series, you can probably look at the first 2 as the first act, and then blah 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 blah. Because we all know um episodes 3, 4, and 5 of Miss Marvel were like, it's like you could say, oh, the second act was dragging here. It kind of started to drag, but um, I'm good to move on. I will say it was refreshing to see Emil Blonsky back. I thought he slipped right back into that role.
Yeah.
It was cool. I liked it, and I like to see their dialogue. Solid episode.
Yeah. I think he's having a lot more fun with the character
Oh
too.
yeah,
Which I
yeah.
don't know if he wasn't having fun with Emil originally. I don't know if I read any interviews or anything like that, but it seems I get I don't know. I guess it fits more into like the Marvel character brand right now, which, depending on how you look at that, it could be a good or a bad thing. Um I remember I saw somebody tweet, I think it was after the first episode of She-Hulk. They said that all Marvel characters just seem like they want to be they are wannabe comedians, trying to do stand up or something like that. And I could see sort of what they mean. Like I don't think there's a single character that doesn't really crack jokes in the
Yeah,
MCU. So it's a fair point. And
yeah.
for some people that works, some people it doesn't. But it looks like it's making, I can't remember his name, the actor's name who plays Emil Blancy, but
I
it looks
can't
like it's working
either.
for him. So
Yeah,
that's fine with me. But yeah, no, I thought it was a great episode, and I think it leads into 3 perfectly, and makes me happy because 3 is a better episode than episode 2,
yeah.
I think.
Um, all right. So let's start with episode 3. Um, I'll say just to kind of kick us off that that first fourth wall break they do. Oh, just wow. She's like, all
Yeah.
right, I know. Like, dude, it caught me off guard. I was like, what the hell? How do you know? She was like, I know y'all are all excited to see Wong, and I was like, oh, dude, what? And then it
It's
was just
kinda cool. Sorry to cut you off.
no,
It's
you're
kinda
good, you're
cool
good.
too because, um, we know about Daredevil coming in later, and, like,
Yeah.
well, I guess we assume she doesn't know yet, even though she can break the fourth wall, so maybe she will know. And she's just listing all these cameo appearances, and we just know, "Okay, that's not all, Jen. That's not all.
Yeah.
Let's not forget our boy. Come on."
Yeah. No, I was kind of hoping that she would say, well, besides like Bruce and Wong and Emil and maybe someone else, but doesn't
Yeah,
matter. I
dude,
was
that
hoping
oh
she would
my
say something
god.
like that. I will say though, man, that last line that was just the hardest line in this show, where she's like, "Yeah, but let's not forget whose show this actually is."
Oh my
Talk
gosh.
your talk, Jen. It was so hype, bro.
Because yeah,
Um,
there's so many people just watching this for,
yeah,
which I guess it's okay. Like, you can, if you want to see that character, okay, cool. But like, you should still put some respect on the person's name that who's bringing him into it.
yeah,
Which I'm still. We talked about this on our last episode, which I still don't know how they're going to bring him into it, considering it's in LA.
yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be something cool. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that is going to be very interesting. I wonder if he goes to LA or if she goes to Hell's Kitchen. And if so, what brings them to each other? maybe he joins the firm that she's in, or maybe he has a case and he can help out. I really don't know. It'll be very interesting to see. I know, I mean, based off like the pictures, I think they dropped like a promo or something, and they're standing next to each other, all suited out. I think she's in like her actual jumpsuit, and
Yeah.
he's in his.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I can't wait to see when she gets her jumpsuit, bro.
yeah, that
Completely
too.
forgot about that.
I mean, dude, we basically have a whole MCU Disney Plus show still
Yeah,
left to
there's still
go. Like
six
we have a whole
episodes.
6 episodes. Um, but yeah, I mean that intro scene, it was such a amazing way. But also, just to go back to what you said about the fourth wall break, while she breaks the fourth wall, she's not touching the car. It's just still
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah.
And I was like, but granted, they're literally like it's in like they're literally doing fourth wall breaks. So
Right.
it's like,
So
yeah, like you said, they're playing fast and
fast
loose.
and
It's
loose,
like,
yeah.
I'll let it pass. But yeah, is there, dude, one of the hardest I've laughed at one of these Disney Plus shows, dude. I mean, they're calling out all the incels, right? The comments literally match with what been seeing all week, and they know what they're doing, and it's just like, look, they're making fun of you
I
that's in
really
the
hope
comment.
that, like, I just hope somebody had the realization. And it sounds toxic saying that, but like in a good way. I hope you looked at that and like, damn, I'm a piece of I like you should realize that, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
yeah,
probably
dude,
what hasn't happened, but
yeah.
brother can hope.
And then right after that, he's like, I don't know about y'all, but I'd smash. I was like, yo, what?
I can't believe they put that in, bro. I can't believe they left that.
Dude, I laughed so hard, dude. I was like, "Oh my god, what?" It was just so off, like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. It was just hilarious, dude.
Dude, that's
It
like
was
that's classic TikTok. Like they just don't need, like they don't care about all the stuff surrounding her, all the other comments. They're just, I don't know about y'all, bro, but I would smash. You got me bugging. Like, dude, that's
oh,
just
dude.
that's so fit. I feel like they understand it in a non-cringy way.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
they have to have props for that.
I mean, dude, and the line delivery, he's like, "I don't know about y'all, but I'd smash." It's like, yo, it'd be cringe if it was like, I don't know about y'all, but I would definitely tap that. It's like, all right, come on.
Dude, that was the whitest way to say that.
Oh, damn it.
Oh my
Or
god.
just something along those lines. But for it to just be like, I don't know about y'all, but I'd smash. I mean, like anybody delivering that line, it's like, because that's how people talk. No one's gonna go
Right.
on TikTok and be like, oh my gosh, she's a jolly great woman. Like, have you seen her butt or something like that? Like some weird shit. But like, it's it's funny the way that they twist it, and they're like, nah, like we understand, like we've seen the videos. I don't know about y'all, but I'd smash. It's such a perfect line, bro.
Something I want to talk about before we go further is the prison thing. Which I guess we could have talked about it the last episode because this one first was shown
Mhm.
to us. How many superhuman prisons do they have? Because we know they have the raft from Civil War. They have this one that Emil's in, and then the Department of Damage Control has one too that they're going to put the, already forgot their names, from Miss Marvel. But it's like we got three superhuman prisons right now. And I just wonder why they're splitting them up. Like, I mean, obviously, I understand that there's the whole point of even this show. Like, she got hired because there's more superhuman people around that need to be, you know, lawyered and represented and stuff like that. So I understand that there's a lot more of them. So I understand the need for multiple prisons. But it's like, why does that get? How does that get decided? Because I imagine the raft was the first one that was created. I mean, maybe not, I guess, since Emil has been here, it looks like, for God knows how long. But I don't know. I guess I would have just thought that they would have put Emil in the raft, but maybe it's smart, like how Hulk said in Avengers 1. They want me because he thought it was a submarine, the helicarrier. They want
Mhm.
me in a submerged, pressurized underwater tank or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It would have been nice to see it be the raft, or just be like an area in the raft. I
Especially
mean,
because we
I
know
don't know.
Zemo's still there. Zemo's on the
Yeah,
rise.
yeah, 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 exactly. And if you want to set up your Thunderbolts, if you want to have Abomination in the Thunderbolts, and I mean, because that movie's coming out in a year and a half, so you got to
That's
put those
crazy.
plans into motion now. Yeah, you're gonna have to start. You're gonna have to find a director. You're gonna have to find a cast of confirmed people you know are gonna be in it. Like you need to start setting that up now. So yeah, the raft would have been a better option. Honestly, I didn't even consider that watching it, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah. It was, and again, that's just a. It's not even a nitpicky thing, really. It's just something I wanted to point out. I don't like. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a question I had. So
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. It's like it's fair judgment, you know.
yeah,
I will say, dude, speaking of like nitpicks, there's some times where her like She-Hulk,
I
it
think I know what
like
you're gonna say.
it kind of takes me out just a little
Yep.
bit. Her the way she looks,
The way she was walking through the office, bro. This episode.
yeah.
I don't know if it was my TV and because I was watching the episode as soon as it dropped, so the frame rate wasn't quite there. I
Mhm.
couldn't tell if it was the CGI or if it was the frame rate,
I really
but her
can't tell,
walking
dude.
just was not. Oh no, yeah, okay. It's the CG. But
Yeah.
I guess, we knew about that going into it from the trailer, and we know the problems that uh Marvel has brought on these um
VFX artists.
VFX, yeah, these VFX companies and stuff, the hard working conditions that they have them under and that type of thing. Which I
Yeah.
don't want to say that as like I'm excusing that type of stuff. It's just like crunch culture with gaming. Like it's not okay, and it shouldn't be a thing. But I mean, I don't know. I don't work I don't work in VFX. I mean, I don't know. I can't protest,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess I could, but
it's just like sometimes it takes me out. There's other times where like it's fine and I'm like, okay, like I can look past it. But yeah, there's just sometimes where it's like uh okay, you know.
yeah.
Um but that's like really it, you know. I think Jen delivers the lines great. I think she's a wonderful actress. She's killing the role as Jennifer Walters. Tatiana Maslany is killing the role as Jennifer Walters.
Mhm.
Um, even as She-Hulk, even as this CGI 7 foot tall green woman, she's still killing it. So like it's cool, it's fine. That's why it's just like kind of a nitpick for now.
Yeah. And it didn't even last long. So yeah, exactly. It's just like a for me, it's just the stuff in the where she's walking throughout the office. That's all that
Yeah.
bothered me in this episode. So,
Yeah. Um and then yeah, we get Wong back in the Wong cinematic universe.
bro, that line, I don't. There was someone uploaded
I
a
saw
video
you I
today.
saw you repost it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
gosh,
It
man,
was
I thought of
rough,
it when I
man.
was watching it, and I was like, dang. But then someone made an edit to it. That edit had me feeling some type of way, man. That's crazy.
It's because like you kind of forget about everything like with No Way Home. Like not that it's a forgettable movie, but it's like we've moved like since then. I think we've had 5 projects: She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, Thor, and Doctor Strange. So it's kind of easy to bury to the back of your head and move on to these next projects. And then when someone reminds you of it, and you see like that video you reposted, you see Tom Holland's face sitting there knowing he has to he has to have his existence erased. It's just like, oh, it's just
Yeah,
painful, bro. Man,
yeah.
I miss Spider-Man, bro. Where's Spider-Man at? Like I
Got to go
just
see that re-release, man. Got
yeah,
to go see
dude.
it.
I just want something. Oh, so honestly, I'm all over the place, but I just remember this. Disney dropped a little promotional poster for D23, and it had Spider-Man at the bottom. Apparently it was Andrew
Andrew's
Spider-Man.
symbol. Yeah,
That's ooh, they
that's
they
that's
they
the
know what they're doing.
yeah. It's a little weird. It's a little
That's
weird.
that's 1,000% Andrew's Spidey
Yeah, because
logo.
especially they have their own Spider-Man design, like with the Disneyland Spider-Man suit. So why didn't
Yeah,
they just use that spider?
exactly. It's why are you using Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? Like it's something, bro. Oh, it's something for D23. Like
Yeah. So soon, real soon, we're
we'll
gonna find out.
see some Andrew Garfield content swinging our way, Andrew as Spider-Man again. It'd be very interesting. Um,
That made me happy.
uh, we can only hope. But yeah, Wong, it was fun. He was kind of came back in a lighthearted role. You said earlier people were saying it feels like a bunch of stand-up comedians, like, or a bunch of wannabe comedians trying to do
Yeah.
stand-up. But like, I feel like they're all just kind of having, like you said, they're all having fun in this role. Like Wong gets to be late and be like, oh, so she's like, someone that doesn't need any type of transportation is this late? Like he just and he's here. So
Someone with
it's
zero commute time. I
zero
laughed
commute
at
time.
that.
It's
Yeah.
so funny, dude. And but he gets to be in that role, and then they're like, oh, you just committed to a crime, and he's like, I gotta go, and he zips out. And then like everything with Emil, even Bruce, like it all just seems like they're all having fun in their roles, and so it was nice to see Wong back. Like they didn't have to do that, they
Yeah.
didn't have to. They could have just kept the escaping to a like, because the video got leaked. They could have completely cut all of that out and not have had to bring Wong in at all, but they did, and he got to come back and have some fun with his character. So I thought it was like I thought it was a pleasant surprise, or a pleasant little treat. Get
Yeah.
some Wong action, in and out real quick. That's all we really need.
Yeah. I actually really liked Wong's inclusion in the episode. Um, exactly like you said, it wasn't too much.
Yeah,
And I'm sure we're gonna get more of him. I think like because I don't think we got the scene of him in front of that Donnie or Johnny or whatever the poster says, Blaze thing. So
yeah.
he'll be in
Oh
later
yeah,
still, I'm
you're right.
sure.
You're right.
But
Yeah,
now we're on to the which I'm I'm really I don't want to say this in like a mean way, but it really was like this was the worst part of the episode for me, and it was like really kind of quite bad.
oh wow.
The I did not like the elf thing. The elf thing, it felt so Disney Channel to me every time that they did something. Um, even down to like when she originally started impersonating the guy that was trying to sue her or whatever the case was for, defraudment.
Yeah,
I knew immediately that that wasn't him, which I'm sure other people like that probably wasn't hidden very well. But that's the thing. That's what makes me think it's like it's Disney Channel. And as soon as he gets a call, I'm like, okay, I bet that's the guy. That's the actual guy.
yeah,
And the worst offender of it all though was when later in the episode when she impersonates the judge for like 2 seconds, and then her attorney stands up like, get down from there. That's oh my god, what are you doing? Like, dude, that was the most Disney Channel thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, all right, dude, this is not working for me at all.
yeah,
I enjoy everything, but and again, I'm harping on this pretty hard, but I still enjoyed this episode more than I liked episode 2. So
yeah,
that I feel like that says something with even with something super cringy like that to me
yeah.
anyway. It was super Disney Channel cringe type thing, and so,
Yeah,
but
it was. I didn't feel that crazy about it, but I did certainly feel in the moment. I was like, okay, this has kind of gone on a little bit too
yeah.
long. I definitely agree with you though. I mean, it was funny how she she shapeshifts into him and she walks out and she's like,
That
I
was the
love
one funny
harassing
thing I
women
thought
in
she did,
the
yeah.
workplace.
That was the one funny thing I thought she did.
Oh my god, dude, it was
And then when he came
hilarious.
out and he was like, "That's not I don't do that. You guys know me." That was super funny.
Like, that's just
But
that's the worst thing you could say is, like, impersonate someone and be like, "I love harassing women in the workplace." Like, what, dude? Like, how do you even think of that? Like, that part had me cracking up. But yeah, it did kind of, like, go on a little bit too long. I'm glad we got to see more of Pug. Like, I'm starting to actually like him as a character. Last episode, I was like, "This is just kinda weird." Like, you gave her a map to, like, the best restrooms for you know, going number 2, okay, like what? Like, I was like, "Dude, this." Okay, like, I'm I'm not gonna get, like, graphic or nothing, I'm just gonna say, I was like, "Does this dude have some kinda weird, like, fetish or something? Like, what why are you like, 'Hey, use these bathrooms if you wanna go number 2.'" That
I
way
like
I
him.
you know?
I like him, but it's biased though for me because he I'm a really big Arrow fan, and he was on Arrow.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah, as the villain of season 5. So um, I don't
Yeah,
know. I just like him as an actor, and he's a nice guy in this. So like
I
it's
like
cool to
it,
give him a
yeah.
different shot. But yeah, that was
It's so funny, dude.
that
I
was
was
weird.
like it's like, okay. But yeah, he's super cool, bro. And I think I was watching Paul from Heavy Spoilers video. I'll reference him again later on, but I was watching his video and he said that apparently because I mean these dudes dive deep in the comics and stuff. I haven't read every single comic that has ever graced the planet Earth, so I don't know these things, but um apparently he's her love interest in
I don't know why that was just so funny.
I was just like, dude, because like a She-Hulk comic that was from like 19 something, like how do you even pick up on that? Like props to them. I could never, but that's why I never picked up on it. But apparently he was like her love interest for a little bit. So
Okay.
I think that'd be pretty cool. It doesn't really seem like that's what they're going towards right now. It seems like they're gonna make her like I don't know. I was about to say it seems like they're gonna make her like an independent woman, but then like in the trailer, she's literally swiping and carrying dudes on like just like cradling them. So it's like maybe not. So they might make her his her love interest. Sorry, but uh, I, he's growing on me a lot. He's growing on me a lot, and I came to like him a lot in this episode, both as a person and as a lawyer. So I thought it was cool. I love the courtroom scenes.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm a sucker for courtroom scenes. I don't know anything about the law, but like courtroom scenes are banger, bro.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
But
Even the weird makeshift courtroom, or I guess it was just
yeah,
not really a courtroom, I guess, but I was gonna say the hearing for his
Emil.
for Emil's parole. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Jen is a damn good lawyer, bro. She's a damn good lawyer. She was able to get him
better than
out.
Jimmy.
Okay.
Better
And
than
on
Jimmy.
that note, we are gonna close out. Um,
I saw that, bro. You went for the mouse. You were about to kick me out, bro. You
I
think I
was like,
didn't see that, bro?
um, it
It's
was
okay.
nice.
It takes a while for people to accept the truth sometimes, but you'll get there.
Like
No, yeah,
in regards to you, don't change the subject. What are we doing here, dog? No,
no, I
but
think
yeah,
she's
go ahead.
yeah, I agree. I think I even watching her be stressed out this whole time because Wong um wasn't going to show up. But even I think even more so towards the end when she's actually in a courtroom. Granted, she wasn't the actual practicing lawyer in that at that time. She was the witness,
Yeah.
or I guess was she a witness, or was it just a I don't witness?
She
Sure,
was
we'll just say witness.
she was testifying for
Yeah,
sure,
she's
but I don't know
like a testifying witness, I
that
guess.
stuff.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But I thought that was a really great scene. She like yes, Dennis would absolutely think that he would be able to pull Megan the Stallion.
All that stuff, dude. Like it's funny, bro. Like we'll touch more on it later, but like I thought all that stuff was so funny because he's just so like tone deaf. And then they cut to her in the courtroom. She's like, "There's only what did she say? There's only one
Yeah,
Megan
she's
Thee
only
Stallion."
one Megan the Stallion. Yeah.
Ah.
Did she, my dad was like, "Why? What's that? Why does she keep doing that?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I think that's just like her thing. She does it in her songs."
Yeah, but I thought it was funny, and then seeing all their reactions to it. Um, I will say this is what I was talking about last week about Jen's like actual origins in the comics. Um, she
I got weapons.
quite literally, yeah, a mafia hit gone wrong. So it was cool that they like acknowledged that, and she's like, is it true it was a mafia hit gone wrong? She's like, what? And like yeah, that's literally what happened in the comics. I thought that was pretty cool, and
I
all the
caught that
like
too, and I hadn't even read the her
yeah.
origins or anything like that. So
Yeah, same. And it's also cool to show like how fast this stuff gets spread. She's like, they were like, "Were you projected from the Avengers?" And then you turn around, it's like, "All right, it looks like Jennifer Walters was rejected from the Avengers." It's like, bro, what? And that they're having a baby, the She-Hulk and
yeah,
Abomination,
it's like the Snapchat thing. It's like it was so
dude.
dumb.
I was like, have you seen all the memes about like the page rap where they post like, does Yeet finally have competition
Oh
or
yeah,
does
yeah,
Kanye have
yeah.
competition? I don't know why that just made me think of that. I don't know. I was getting off topic because it's those are memes I've seen too. Like I don't know. I'm going off topic, but I don't know if you've seen the video of these two little kids at Denny's.
I haven't
There
seen
it's
that
these
one.
they're at Denny's and the waiter comes up and he's like, all right, what can I get for you? And then they're like, "Yeah, we're fan." They start singing the song where they say, "Yeah," that song that goes, "Yeah, we're fancy like Applebee's on a date night." It's some weird country song, and they start singing it to the waiter, and it's these two little kids, and it's the
Oh, I'm quitting on the
cringiest.
spot.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. But they took that clip and they put, "Does Yeet finally have
Oh
competition?"
my
It's
god.
just so stupid. I don't know, bro. You know,
Damn.
it was so funny. It's just so awkward. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, using that little Snapchat filter. Um, oh man, crazy night, bro. Um, lots of meme talk, and we're about to get into this even more.
I feel like
But
that's like the culture of this episode is like is meme stuff. 100
yeah,
like especially with the end credit scene and everything like that.
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, the CGI on Abomination, I thought it looked cool. I'm all for it. It looked
Yeah.
dope. It's probably the best like the CGI has looked besides obviously Bruce Banner. But like I feel like they always nail Bruce. There's
Yeah.
never a moment that Bruce looks bad or Hulk in general looks bad. Um so it was nice to see Emil come back and have some like dope CGI on him, dope VFX. So that was cool. Um and then yeah, so after all that happens, Jen testifies and breaks the fourth wall a little bit more, and then she gets jumped. What did you take of like all this, the whole
The
fight
like
scene and
the
everything?
mugging thing, I
Yeah,
actually really enjoyed it. It was a stark difference from the wrecking crew. As soon as I saw like the glowy helmet, I was like, this is I
yeah,
knew it was the wrecking crew right away. It was just I was like, what's the how are they going to explain this? And they do it like
yeah,
a quick little throwaway line that they robbed an Asgardian construction worker or a couple of them.
yeah,
And I don't I'm not gonna act like I'm a huge wrecking crew fan. Like I'm entirely offended that they changed them up in this way. But I feel like this is the best way to make them not goofy, yet
yeah,
they're still goofy though. Like I feel like there's no way of getting around them being absolutely goofy. I enjoyed it though. I mean, it clearly shows that they're idiots. Maybe not as idiotic as say the tracksuit mafia from Hawkeye. Where do I know the guy that is using the crowbar from? I've seen him in something else, but
using the crowbar.
yeah,
Um, let me see. I will say it is real quick. It is so funny how Jen automatically starts panicking, and then she's like,
she's like,
"Oh
wait,
wait, I can literally turn into
and
a
then she's
Hulk."
like, get off me. I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
The crowbar. It's to do with the long hair, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we robbed one.
Dude, I don't know. He didn't look familiar to me.
So right now, my going theory for why they were trying to get her blood, they made a very big point about burning all of the blood in the first episode, right? So
Yeah.
they couldn't be recreated. Um, especially I can't remember if we talked about this. I think we talked about it before we started recording. You said it could be Val, the boss
Mhm.
that they mentioned, and that made me think, okay, that makes sense, especially if Abomination clearly is actually a reform. If he actually is, we'll wait to see if that
Yeah.
holds true. But if that's the case, and Abomination doesn't want to be part of the Thunderbolts, which I don't really see that happening because I don't see how you can just have Abomination be out of prison and he's just this reformed guy and he never does anything bad ever again. And so he's
Yeah.
just off in the MCU somewhere and we have no idea what he's doing. I doubt something like that would happen, but they've done weirder things before. So I think right now they're trying to get her blood to turn someone else into the Hulk and have them be their Hulk for the Thunderbolts, assuming Val is their boss.
Yeah.
Assuming. But I don't know if because it seems like Val is very like meticulous about who she puts into her plans and what she's trying to get done, and I don't know if she would choose these idiots to try to get blood for
Yeah.
from from Jen.
Okay. I got about 4 different options here, okay?
Okay, I like that.
One of them is Val. Yeah, we talked about that before recording. I was just assuming, yeah, she's forming the Thunderbolts. Um, maybe she's trying to get her hand on some Hulk blood, and then she's like, "Oh, I can't do this. There's an easier route because there's this Abomination dude that Hulk fought back in 2008. Why don't I just grab
Oh, yeah,
him?" Maybe
yeah.
that. If that's not, let's say in a timeline where William Hurt sadly didn't pass away, this could have been him wanting to get the blood to make himself a Hulk so he can finally have some like respect because he was a huge part of the 2008 Hulk movie. Um, and be like, look, the Sokovia Accords are in place. Everything's going crazy. I need to take charge and make myself a Hulk. Here's how I do it. Like, let me just find. But then again, he could probably just find military. He can work his way, whatever. And obviously, of course, he has passed away, so I don't think they're gonna recast him or use him for that role. So that's probably out of there. It's just brainstorming ideas. Here's where it gets interesting. Well, I did say I was going to reference heavy spoilers again. I watched his episode or his She-Hulk breakdown. So apparently, um, we all know in Ironheart, I think his name is the Hood,
Yeah.
has been confirmed. I think from uh, was it West Side Story, the movie he was in, the lead actor. Um, I forget.
Oh
Uh,
no, I know what you're talking about. In the Heights.
is that the name of the movie?
Yeah, that's the musical thing that he was in.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So I think he's playing the Hood, and apparently in the comics, he worked with the Wrecking Crew, and he sent the Wrecking Crew out to do his dirty work and
Oh,
stuff along those lines. Maybe it could be him, and it could be just like this little subplot to set up his appearance in Ironheart. I don't know, maybe, but he said, or Paul from Heavy Spoilers said that the Hood did work with them in the comics. So those are 3. Here's the last one, which is like it could either be a huge reach or it could be something really big. So in the comics, a certain someone, I'll tease it, used Titania and She-Hulk. Um, I can't remember what he said. If he said that he wanted to get Jen's blood and make Titania a Hulk, or if he wanted to get their DNA and make a Hulk. I don't remember, but he used 2 of them and experimented on them in the first Secret Wars comics. And we're talking about Secret Wars, something that just got announced,
yeah.
and that character is Doctor Doom, who is
Oh,
supposed to show up in Wakanda Forever, supposed to
yeah.
show up in these future episodes or shows or movies. Um, and yeah, he used Titania and She-Hulk and the blood they had to do something, and that was in the first comic of the OG Secret Wars run. And the only reason I'm even taking this into consideration is because we have Titania and She-Hulk, we're dealing with blood, and we're leading towards Secret Wars. So having Doctor Doom be the one kind of behind it, I mean, behind the Wrecking Crew, maybe it's maybe the Wrecking Crew's boss is working for someone else. Who knows? But
Now you got me thinking it might be Titania because like
then
after she
that
got her
too,
butt whooped from by She-Hulk, she wants to get stronger or something. I don't know.
exactly, yeah, and maybe even that if they just want to play close, close. I don't know the term,
Play it close to
close
the chest.
close to the chest, close to the heart. They could go for Titania and just be like, okay, well, we sprinkled her out and about, here and there. Um, let's put some more stuff in and then have her be the overarching villain. So yeah, maybe even Titania. But that's 5 decent options where if they go either route, like I'm not gonna be mad at.
Yeah. Yeah. I I guess my worry now is cuz since they just said boss and I know one of the main major complaints over the last year or so of these Marvel shows is the formulaic, oh, tease a villain all season long and then reveal them towards the end. So, I mean, there's no telling that they're going to do that right now. Like, obviously, they could reveal who the boss is next episode. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but that's just like the first little inkling of that. I've never been a proponent of like that's a bad formula. Like, obviously, it gets annoying and it gets predictable. Um,
Predictable, yeah.
but I don't think I would hate it if it happened again. But
Yeah, I mean, even more so because they're teasing her out, and they've been teasing it since literally the first episode,
Yeah.
and I mean, they can do a ton more. We know Daredevil's getting involved. And are you really expecting me to sit here and think that She-Hulk and Daredevil are teaming up for Titania and for the Wrecking Crew? Like, I mean, and I could be completely off. They could be doing something completely different. Who knows? But I guess we'll just wait and see. I do like where things are going. I will say that last shot they linger on She-Hulk looking at herself in a car window. This actually just came to me. Do you think that's her finally thinking that she should just embrace this form and stay in it because she gets mugged and robbed in her human form? And so maybe she's like, "You know what? I need to protect myself. Like maybe I should just embrace this Hulk stuff and
Yeah.
stay in this form."
It was actually peculiar. I think it's the scene right before the mugging, or not right before, but when after they win the case with Dennis, he says, "I wish I could just not have these powers anymore."
Oh, or
Um,
I wish I could like
or I wish I could take her powers away or something like that.
yeah, extradite them, something like that.
Hold on, I'm gonna rewatch it just to be sure. But I thought it was something about taking powers away, and then she said, "Well, that's he just gave me an idea. That's
Yeah.
genius." I would, yeah. He said, "I wish there was a way we could remove her powers, make sure she doesn't victimize anyone else." And then, oh, did Dennis Bukowski just give me an idea? And I don't know where she used that.
So I'm assuming it was for Emil Blonsky to be like, "Oh, look, I can use," and again, this is what I Paul from Heavy Spoilers, it was in the show. I didn't see it, but apparently she might have got him a band like Bruce's to say that
Oh, really?
this will keep him in his human form to get him out of prison. I didn't see it. Honestly, I was just assuming that she was gonna persuade them to understand that he can stay in his human form if he feels like it. Uh, I was just assuming that's what they ended up using it for.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense than what I, because I was just thinking, because that wouldn't make any sense considering what we saw in the first episode where she didn't want the powers anymore and Bruce told her, "Well, you're stuck with the powers now." And so why would she just think, "Oh, I can get rid of my powers?" The only reason I thought it was backed up by that, because what you mentioned about her staring in the car door window at herself, and clearly it looks like she doesn't really want to, either she doesn't want to be this anymore or she's accepting of that fact, like you said,
Yeah.
depending on how you interpret it.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I also, I mean, just to shift back, like most of the trailers have been her in her Hulk form, like even just wearing a dress or going out. Um, so I'm thinking maybe that's what that final scene was, where I mean, she literally got mugged by a group of guys, and she couldn't protect herself because until she realized, "Oh, I'm a Hulk, I need a shift," and so she's looking at herself like, "Maybe I should just, like, embrace this." Also, I really do like how she looked how when she broke the fourth wall and she was like, "Did Dennis Bukowski just give me an idea?" And then she was like, "This stays between us." It's like,
Hmm.
you know, we got, like, a little inside, bond with Jennifer
I'm gonna tell his
Walters,
ass. I'm gonna
like
tell him when I see him.
Nah, I'm snitching. Uh, but yeah, and then that's about the end of the episode
Yeah.
until
The best post-credit scene to ever grace our screens.
damn dog.
Screw the haters, man.
Oh my
They don't know what
god,
they're
this
talking about.
this man just had that built up since he saw the episode. The best
No,
post-credit
and of
scene
course,
ever.
I'm actually kidding. I'm kidding. I do think it's a spectacular post-credit scene, though. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
This one, above all else, had me dying. Like I just the way she turns to her and like, "I will kill for you, Megan the Stallion." I was like, dude, what?
Dude, I laugh every single time I see her say, "Dial it back."
Yeah,
It's
dial it
so
back.
funny. Oh, it's so funny, dude. Like, if you're really sitting here getting pressed over a 10-second, like, a 10-second clip of a Marvel hero
Yeah.
twerking, come
And there's
on,
people
bro.
brought up like, if you're so bent out of shape about this, why did you not care when Star Lord did it? And why did you not care
Or
when
when Toby
yeah, when Toby was doing it, or when Zemo did it in Falcon and Winter Soldier, like I
Mhm.
mean, they didn't twerk, sure, but twerking is just dancing, dog. Like,
Yeah, I mean, also Jennifer Walters, like, bro, she's just like she's just become She-Hulk. She had a life before this. She went out and partied with her friends, or just went and hung out with her friends and drank at that lawyer bar or whatever.
lawyer bar.
Who's to say? I don't know. It's
Maybe
like,
it. I don't know. I don't know.
well, I'm only saying that because it's a bar, but it has the scales on it. So I was like, is
Oh,
this
dude,
just
I
like a
didn't even
bar
notice that.
made for lawyers? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Scales of
But
justice.
yeah, scales of justice. But um, like, who's to say she's not over here throwing ass at the lawyer bar on a daily basis? Like, maybe that's just what she does. She just goes and shakes some ass at the lawyer bar, and
Exactly,
now
man.
she's just doing it in She-Hulk form. Like, why are you crying about this stuff, bro? Like, why are we even having this like conversation? I was all for it. That it was so funny where she just turns around so quick and she's like,
Yeah.
"I would kill for you, Megan the Stallion." She's like, "Dial it back."
Dial it back.
It's so funny, dude. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, I've and just to touch back on the memes, I've seen a lot of people have the clip of Homelander at the rally where he's sitting there like about to laser eyes all of them in his head, and they have that green screened over the clip of her twerking, and they're like, "Oh my god, what has Marvel become?" That's blah, 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 blah." It's like, shut up.
Dude, I know.
Take that stick out of your like, come
Love
on,
to
bro.
whine, bro. They love to whine, and it's
It's like
insane to
cool.
me.
It's like cool, bro. No one's forcing you to watch this. No one at all. You can definitely not watch it. That's fine. But like, for the people that are enjoying it, all right, we're gonna sit here and cover it.
Exactly, and they're gonna keep watching it, bro, just so they
Oh
can
yeah,
just
they
keep on
are.
trashing it.
Or it's like the main thing I don't get is like, bro, it's like, again, no one's forcing you to watch it, but yet they're still gonna go in comment sections and be like, the Marvel's ruined, MCU's ruined. It's like, just don't. Like, just don't. You comment, you're gonna get more stuff like that. Just ignore it. Like more stuff about The Boys, about Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, about Stranger Things or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
shift it somewhere else if it's not your cup of tea. But like, we're here. I mean, dude, we've covered The Boys on here. We've covered Miss Marvel. We've covered She-Hulk. Um, that's about all we've covered so far, huh? And so
yep.
it's like,
They
that's
finna
about it,
they
right?
no no yeah. Just look at that they finna have me like that. I'm a laser than myself. I'm a laser than myself, bro.
Okay,
You
this
got me
is
bugging.
tough.
You got me bugging, man. Y'all didn't know I had powers, huh?
Okay,
Y'all didn't know I had
okay.
powers like that. Okay, that's
That
fine.
boy got some
You want the next
laser
Homelander?
eyes.
I see how it is. I see how it is. Go ahead. Hate on that.
Okay,
Hate on the post credit scene some more. Let's see how it goes for
okay.
you.
Charlie the Homelander is about to come out. I can respect it. But it's like, we're over here covering The Boys. Like, we're covering stuff like this. Like, I know Ben's watching Breaking Bad. You've watched Breaking Bad. We can hop from these shows to shows. It would be a disservice. It would be stupid for us, like, if we were those idiots, to be like, "Ugh, Marvel's ruined." Guys, on this podcast, we're not talking about Marvel or She-Hulk. We're not doing anything because it's just so dumb. It's like, no, bro. Like, we're covering everything. From The Boys to She-Hulk, two completely different shows that are on opposite sides of the scale. And it's like, you can do the same. Or if that's not your cup of tea, just don't watch one or the other. You know, you're crying over Megan the Stallion and She-Hulk twerking. Imagine that sentence, bro. Like, Megan the
That's
Stallion and
yeah.
She-Hulk twerking in an MCU show. Like, what?
That's cool, man. I just like. Oh my
It's
god.
it's
I
dope,
don't know.
bro.
Like,
You
what do you
know?
want from this type of stuff, man? Like, you knew this is a fourth wall breaking show, and that's like as fourth wall breaky without actually being fourth wall breaking that you can get. Like, it's a real life celebrity dancing inside the MCU. You think celebrities don't exist in the MCU? You think twerking doesn't exist in the MCU? I don't understand. And
It's
apparently
stupid.
heroes can't have fun in the MCU either. So
Yeah.
that's a no no.
Yeah. I mean, just like, imagine being so like not willing to have fun, bro. Not everything has to be peak TV, peak cinema. Like, I it's so dumb, like, to because again, Paul said this in his video. He said it's hard for me, and I swear to God, this is what he said. It's not me saying it. He was like, I just got done watching season 6 of Better Call Saul and the finale of Better Call Saul. And so moving from this show, from Better Call Saul to this and like these MCU shows, even watching Stranger Things, The Boys, uh, House of the Dragon, whatever, shifting from these shows to the MCU shows, he's like, it's just really hard. Um, it's just really hard to I don't want to twist his words because I know he still ended up saying, I really did like this show or this episode, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But, like, you can stop thinking so critically about something for a minute and just have fun. And you've heard me thousands and thousands of times, like, yes, I think Better Call Saul is the greatest show ever made. The writing, the cinematography, like, everything is perfect. I can't sit here and compare it to Moon Knight or Miss Marvel, or even, like, the best of the MCU, or, like, even Peacemaker. Peacemaker's goated, doesn't come anywhere near any of those shows. I haven't even watched Game of Thrones, but I promise you it doesn't come anywhere near Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Game of Thrones, like, those TV shows that are held so high, but you can still sit here and be like, "Yeah, that was a 10 out of 10." Because it is. I think it's a 10 out of 10.
Right.
There's levels to it, and I feel like you can't sit here and just judge every single show and movie off one scale. I can give DC League of Super Pets a 7.5 and then turn around and give, like, I'm just gonna throw a movie out there, or I turn around and give Hustle on Netflix an 8.
Yeah.
It's different. Hustle
Yeah.
is way, 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 like, miles better than DC League of Super Pets, but for its genre, for what it's doing,
Yeah.
you rate them on different scales, is what I'm trying to say. It's never gonna be the same scale all across, so you can't sit here and act like that's final, you know?
And even if it's like, say, the scale of like your own personal enjoyment, like that's okay too. Like it doesn't, it's okay. Different tastes or different strokes for different folks. It's like you may not like a certain genre. Like say you don't like the hustle genre that much, so you rate it lower than um something like even like what's Suicide Squad because you just love superhero movies. I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably a drastic comparison. Like I'm talking normal suicide, not like the Suicide Squad. I'm talking normal. It's probably a drastic comparison, but that it's like that type of thing. Like it doesn't. It's not one to one. Like there's. It's okay to have an opinion that wouldn't be. I don't want to say universal, but
Like,
uh,
hell are you talking about, like, held down to one project or one, like, form
yeah. I
of
mean,
project or
well, I mean, I'm just talking about in terms of like obviously, like I said, own personal enjoyment
Oh, okay.
in comparison to like because as you said, rating them based off their genres and what they do for that genre and within that genre. But even beyond that, there's just like your own personal taste, which is totally fine as well. Um, like I can't really speak to Better Call Saul because I haven't seen it yet, but let's say like I've seen both Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. I'd have to rewatch Breaking Bad, but right now I would say I would like Game of Thrones more. I like
Mhm.
Game of Thrones more than Breaking Bad. And how would I rate those? That would be based off my own personal scale. And also you can rate them differently based in how they like you can rate Game of Thrones in its fantasy genre, like how you're saying, or and then rank Breaking Bad and drama,
Yeah.
suspense, thriller, whatever. I don't even know what genre that would
Like
technically
a
be.
drama, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just people can't understand a differing opinion and they think everything has to be one way and it's just so obnoxious. And but maybe they'll learn, maybe they won't. I don't know. It's not up to me to teach them, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I've tried, but they don't care. So
Yeah. I mean, people they're only gonna listen when they feel like it. That's why I don't even engage with stuff like that. Sometimes I'll make a video about it because I'm like, "Yeah, I need to make a video. I need content. You're giving me content, like, alright, I'll make a video." But other than that, it's like, I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna sit there and engage with them in the comments for, like, 8, 10 replies back and forth, you know?
yeah.
People like what they like. They're gonna do what they do. Cool. But that was it. That's it for our She-Hulk. I mean, how are you feeling about the show so far? Like
I'm
potential wise, so far, like everything.
yeah, I'm still loving it. I think it has a lot of potential. I still think it could be my favorite of the shows so
Yeah.
far, and that's still held up there by Falcon and Winter Soldier for me personally. But I do think so far what they've given us, it's so fun. It's a lot more fun. Um, and it's unapologetically fun. Like it's not like it's
Yeah.
trying to be something else, but it also knows how to tackle certain things, like how we talked about in episode 1 with Hulk and his
Mansplaining
not
or
as
what?
not as trauma, but like
Oh,
how he talked about the world looking at him as a monster, and like
yeah,
that doesn't go away.
yeah,
Uh, we're getting certain things for characters that we never thought we would have gotten, and so I'm super excited to see what we get for stuff like Daredevil. Because we haven't. I guess I know we saw him in No Way Home, but we haven't really seen him in like him written in a different way since his show that ended in 2018. So I guess not written in a different way. That was a wrong way to put it. We just haven't seen him written really since 2018. I don't really count No Way Home. It was like 2 seconds where he was like,
yeah,
"Hey guys, I caught a snow globe." That type of, or I guess it
yeah,
was a brick, originally a snow globe, whatever. So I'm excited for stuff like that, and there's potential for more too, like with the Thing and stuff like that. But overall, I love Jennifer, and I love watching her go through all these things and her trying to navigate this life, like she mentioned in episode 2, which we didn't really touch on, when she's talking to her dad in the garage, and she said, "It feels like a weight was lifted off of me, but then another one was put onto me." Um, and I like that. I like it when it's. We've talked about this before. I'm a sucker for like simple yet detailed, serious moments like that, which I can pick them out rather easily. I did it in Thor, and I'm doing it in She Hulk now. And so I those type of moments are what stand out to me. And so I hope that they continue those, and I can see how they could continue those with Jen
yeah,
still trying to learn to navigate this world again. And we got stuff with Wong coming up still. Hopefully they can flesh out Wong even more. But again, overall, this is for Jennifer, and I think they're doing a great job for her so far.
yeah. If they keep up this pace, I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. Even like adding Emil Blonsky and having him be a recurring role these past 2 episodes, but still making it Jen's story, still focusing on Jen and her life. I feel like they can do that with Daredevil throughout these next couple episodes, however long he's going to be in it. Um, and I'm super excited to see that. I mean, dude, we're getting Daredevil back, Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox back as Daredevil in just a couple weeks, maybe even like I don't think next week, based on like what critics are saying, but for sure episode 5
Yeah.
and on because I've heard that people are about 100% sure that episode 5 is going to be the episode. Um,
That tells me that episode 4 ends with a tease for
dude,
him.
this is I'm so glad you brought this up. Here's my perfect idea for a tease, right? However they're gonna bring him in, whatever. Let's say for the sake of what I'm trying to explain right now, she's going to Hell's Kitchen, and so she's like, "Wait, what? I have to go to New York? What's in New York?" And then it's like it plays some music, and then it builds it up, and then she looks at the camera, and she's like, "Yes, it's Daredevil," and it just cuts.
Yo.
That would be so good. I think that'd be dope. Um, I was just thinking about that right now. Or like, let's say the Thing is in the show, and that's like her final client for the show, and she's like, "All right, and your name?" And he's like, "Oh, my name's Ben," and it's still like on her face, and she's like, "All right, last name," and it's like Ben Grimm, and then it shows it's like an outshot, and you see the actor. She's like, "All right, how can I help you?" And then boom, cuts off because she's worked with the Fantastic Four in the past.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, and we could just go from there and pick it up in the Fantastic Four movie. I don't know. Then they also were saying that he would be in his full rock form, like CGI next to Jennifer Walters. How we get there and
Yeah.
how they explain it, I don't know. But it's fun to talk about this stuff because I mean, our past 2 MCU projects have been Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. Miss Marvel, we got to talk about it a little bit, but it wasn't anywhere near how much we're talking about She Hulk and like the WandaVision era, I feel like
Yeah.
we haven't talked about any show like that since the WandaVision era. Sitting here being like, "Well, what's this? Well, what does this mean? Like, how do we get to here? How can this character be brought in? Like, will Pietro come back? Um, is it going to be Evan Peters? Like, whatever." That's what rumors are saying. Um, so I think it's fun to get back in it. I don't care if like what other people are saying about it. Like I don't care if I feel in the minority because right now at this moment I am really liking the show, and I think
Yeah.
I'm liking it more than I've liked anything Marvel's released this year, obviously besides the movie. So Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. 3 episodes in, I'm having a lot more fun with it. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know about Moon Knight. I'm gonna have to sit on that. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get there because I don't want to, swallow my words later on. But I'm just having a lot of fun uh, with this show. The interconnectivity, the humor, the characters. Uh, it's been a blast, and we're only 3 episodes in, so I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Um, any last thoughts?
No, I'm excited to see more of Jen every week. The 30-minute episodes, they're
Mm,
painful. I wish there were.
yeah,
I wish there were more, but like I don't. I'm not upset at the amount that we're getting within them, though. That being said, I do wish they were longer, but that's just me being greedy.
yeah,
I like what we're getting, but I just wish it was more. I just wish it was more. I want more every time. Every time
yeah,
it's over, I want more of it. So, which that's a good thing. So,
yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much. I'm super excited for Jen mostly, and obviously I can't wait for Matt as well. But
Oh yeah. But let's remember whose show this actually is.
hey,
um,
you already know. You
yeah,
already
we know the deal. People in the TikTok comments probably don't, but we know the deal.
know.
Yeah, just some house cleaning. We got D23 coming up next week. It's September 1st right now if you're listening. D23 is on September 10th, I believe.
Yep.
Um, so September 10th, whenever you're listening to this, September 10th, I can't remember the time. Is it
10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST.
EST
Yeah,
12 Central?
12
So
Central.
about 11:30 Central. That's 9:30. Damn, you have to wake up early for that one. You're 2 hours behind. If we want to
That's fine
start
with
30
me.
minutes late. Hey,
I
it's
wake up.
D23, baby. It's D23.
I wake up
Um,
at 5 a.m. We good?
oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, D23 September 10th. We will be live on YouTube. Aiden H Talks. I'm probably gonna change the YouTube channel to Words from the Nerds podcast. Um, but if you just want to go, it's in the link tree. If anything, if you're listening on Spotify, it's in the link tree in there. um, Apple, Google, wherever. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're already on the channel. Just stop by September 10th, 11:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. We will be live streaming for D23, breaking down all the news, reacting to all the news, just going absolutely bananas. Um, we are covering She-Hulk every week. Promise you, I'm gonna be better at time management, and so we can get these episodes up earlier. And yeah, and then what's coming up? I know Andor's coming up. I don't really know
um,
how we're gonna go about that. It's really nothing much until Wakanda Forever, right? On the Marvel
yeah,
side of
just
stuff.
we got She-Hulk till like mid-October. Um,
Damn.
Andor starts towards the middle to end of September. And then Wakanda Forever. We still gotta. I mean, who knows what they'll show off at Disney Plus Day? Like,
Yeah.
hopefully that Werewolf by Night stuff that which is supposed to come out this year sometime.
Yeah.
Um, but other than that, no, yeah, that's what we're vibing out with so far.
Yeah, and any down periods, I mean, we always do some crazy episodes. I mean, I know we've been brainstorming some super fun ideas. We've been talking to a lot of people, so always check back weekly episodes. Um, I apologize for the not so weekly episodes lately,
We're
but
good.
always on schedule. We're gonna be back on it. She-Hulk every week, and maybe even some other episodes thrown in there. We did some Marvel movie drafts. We did some Phase 5 and 6 ranked by anticipation. We did a fan cast episode, all that fun stuff. So yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, a review would be beautiful because it pushes out the podcast. If you're listening on Apple, anywhere, if you want to drop a review, YouTube like, subscribe, comment, um, yeah, anything to support. We love doing this regardless. So yeah, Mr. Charleston, Jacobson, you want to close this out? Damn, I just kind
Yeah,
of doxed your last name. You want me to edit that out
I
or
don't
no?
know. I don't care.
Okay.
Um, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. As Aiden said, we appreciate you guys, even if you Don't leave reviews or anything. You're not obligated to in any sort of way, but
Oh yeah.
we just like making this content for you guys. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. But however you're consuming this, we appreciate you. But we'll just say again, if you're on YouTube, drop a sub, drop a like. We love it. We love you for it. Our last She-Hulk episode did really, really well. We were surprised on YouTube. It did really,
Yeah.
even on audio, it did really well too. So you guys are liking the She-Hulk stuff. So we're gonna push it out. We got 2 episodes in one for you right here.
We'll
So
see how it works out. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how you guys like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. It means a lot. Like it was, we're gonna try to keep pumping out the stuff. Like as Aiden talked about, we have some ideas coming up for uh certain downtime stuff, certain like
Yeah.
games we could play, that type of thing. And Ben's gonna start pulling his weight, coming up with some ideas, for heaven's sake.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. um
Oh
nah,
god.
nah, but thank you. Thank you guys, thank you guys. We'll be back next week for sure with another episode of She-Hulk. And yeah,
Yeah.
that about wraps it up for us. So adios.
Peace.